I'm Shana Leonard, Executive Editor of the UBM Canon Medtech Group, and today I'm here with David Gollaher, CEO and founder of the California Healthcare Institute. David, there are long-established clusters for medtech in California, the Twin Cities and Massachusetts, for example, but right now there's also a push in areas such as Ohio and Texas to cultivate medtech clusters as well. Do you perceive these emerging medtech clusters as a threat to the California medtech industry and its dominance?
The short answer is no, but a more nuanced answer would be to say that in making decisions about expansion, not so much about original R&D efforts, but about expansion, that more and more California companies are looking around to South Carolina, to Texas, to Ohio, and other states. So I think that to the degree that there's competition, it's going to be a competition for production manufacturing. The reason that the R&D clusters exist in California and, for example, in Boston as they do, is the concentration of minds and talent, and that's really hard to replicate.
Okay, thank you. And some of these areas are offering really lower taxes and really business-friendly environments and luring away some of the business. What can California do to make sure that we're retaining these great minds and these great companies and, again, maintaining dominance in this area?
So lower taxes, lower regulatory burden is part of a larger equation, and they're important parts. I mean, people pay a lot of attention to those, but I'll give you an example. The Shanghai Research University Index, which is updated every year, recently came out for 2012. And of the top 18 research universities in the world, 6 of them are in California. So 1/3 of the top 18 research universities in the world. What we need to do in California, A, is make sure that we don't neglect that base, starting with the University of California. B, I think the governor, through GoBiz and some of his more recent efforts, is signaling that he wants to make California more business friendly. I think that California moving out of the 10 years or 12 years of chronic deficits that we've had gives the government more latitude in order to encourage business development. And in fact, we were very encouraged that legislation that we promoted, AB 1277, which took down the authority of the State Food and Drug Branch to do duplicate facility inspections of California drug and device manufacturers. The governor signed that into law at the end of 2012. I think signaled that he's paying attention, the legislature is paying attention, but we have a lot of work to do.
Great, thanks, David. In addition, obviously there have been a number of really high-profile layoffs in recent years in the medical device sector, some attributed to the medical device tax and other factors. How has California fared in terms of medtech careers and jobs, and what do you think the future holds?
We publish a study every year with PricewaterhouseCoopers on number of jobs, on economic contribution of the industry to California. And what we found is if you go back over the last 5 years, on average, the industry has grown about 0.5% a year, which might not seem like a lot, but compared to financial services or housing or construction is really good. So we've been stable. I think that stability, as the economy improves, as the overall financial health of California improves, bodes well, as does the science that we're seeing. There's never been a better time for science. So if we can enter a more stable period in the economy, I think we'll go to much higher than 0.5% growth over the next 5 years.
Great, thank you, David. This is David Gollaher from the California Healthcare Institute.